Good day, everyone. I'm Elena Odonio, B.Ed first year student, presenting Women in Afghanistan. Afghanistan is an Islamic country located at the heart of Central Asia and also a hell for the women living there. In 2021, when their government collapsed and fell under the group called Taliban, the war between the US and Taliban was going on for 2 decades until the US decided to completely withdraw and the Taliban took over Afghanistan. Together with their government, the progress in fighting for gender equality over the past years also fell and stripped away when the Taliban implemented laws that targeted women and girls in Afghanistan. This seemed made to take freedom and the most basic human rights of women, banning and prohibiting them on several occasions and activities. According to the European Parliament, Afghanistan records on women's rights have been one of the worst, if not worst, in the world. Despite the promises to uphold women's rights in line with the Sharia law, based on the UN Women's Organization, the Taliban's new draconian law managed to heighten one of the most extreme examples of systematic gender-based discrimination and oppression that exists anywhere in the world. In December 2021, a decree was released that stated that no woman should be allowed to walk alone within 77 kilometers of her home. They must be accompanied by any male relatives. In some places, even in short distances, women are banned from walking alone. If they tried so, they would be interrogated and harassed at checkpoints, causing them harm and risk. The law just takes away their freedom not just to travel, but also to their lives outside their home, leading to fear and anxiety when walking outside. Those who don't have any male relatives have no choice but to go outside and face the danger that awaits them. Even a small street could not provide a safe place for women in Afghanistan. In August 2021, they took the rights of women in access to education. March 2022, when they banned girls in secondary education, following a suspension in universities in December of the same year. And it just doesn't stop there. By January 2023, the Taliban banned girls from taking entrance exam in university, completely stripping away their right to education. Although primary education has remained open, they had no choice but to sit back and decline schooling due to public safety concerns related to traveling. School enrollment has plummeted and by April 2023, a staggering 80% of school-aged girls and young women were out of school, including 1.1 million girls of secondary school age according to the UN Women. Due to this, the progress of higher examination participation of girls compared to boys made through years extremely regressed. This law was just cruel in every possible way. It tends to steal the future of Afghan women and erase the next generation coming. Even aspiring businesswomen or just those trying to earn for a living were taken away rights in the economic line. In December 2022, the Taliban banned women from working from national and international NGOs, and in April 2023, this restriction was extended to Afghan women employed. By July 2023, the shutdown of businesses run by women continues. Although was an exemption in some fields in medicine and education, it still followed strict restrictions. The Taliban officials just continue to assault women and take what they are due for living, leaving them with nothing. Skills and potential would possibly be wasted, and the country's economy would decline if the shutdown of businesses operated by women continues. Taliban forced the law regarding the dress code of women, dictating that Afghanistan women are now required to cover themselves completely, from head to toe when in public. This instruction extends to wearing full body covering, often interpreted as burqa, which only leaves a mesh screen for vision. Even the presence of women was tried to erase by the Taliban. Even with their own body and clothes, women don't have the rights and the words. Taliban wanted fully control of the lives of these women and prohibited them in smallest way possible. Sadly, it is not the worst for Afghan women. They are prohibited from talking loudly, singing, and making eye contact, initiating a conversation with a stranger man in public. Just when they erased the presence of women, they also took their voices, completely shutting them out of the world. This is the most inhumane act that could ever possibly happen. They took their rights to live, stole away their voices, and stripped away the life they deserve. Taliban continues to isolate women in Afghanistan from the rest of the world. According to the UN Women, this forced isolation is driving many women and girls into despair. Alarmingly, 8% of survey respondents knew at least one woman or girl who had attempted suicide since the Taliban takeover in August 2021. They also stated that Afghanistan now ranks among the world countries with the highest rates of gender-based violence, fueled by Taliban's oppressive decrees and entrenched patriarchal norms that strip women in social privilege, decision-making, power, and control over assets and resources. Until today, the fight for gender equality is still going on, but it seems that Afghan women had their fight more harder than anyone. How could they even fight when their voices had been taken away? The freedom to express had fully gone, and shortly, the presence would be eliminated by the cruel officials. We, outside Afghanistan, have the voice to fight, regardless of our gender. This is more than being a woman, but being a human. They are continuously being oppressed, and it could go way through the worst anytime soon. Let us continue to look for the women in Afghanistan and fight for the rights that have been taken away.